Alright guys, welcome back to the 72 Grand Cross video. I forgot this is actually coming out today because I guess King of the Yan got buffed last week. So like mentally I just thought King of the Yan released last week. I know it's weird, but we all knew from leaks already that Pelagarde is finally coming towards the game. The GOAT! The GOAT is here. Ooh, animation kind of crazy though. Oh, the aura is crazy. Once again, I love that he really emphasized his like human form. I know it sounds weird to say, right? But I'm sure, to be fair, once you upgrade him, that's just only his SSR variant. Once you do upgrade him to UR, you will see the Black Knight rather than Pelagarde himself. But I'm glad we got artwork for him. He looks sick. He looks sick, man. Let me know what you think of him, by the way, because I know he's a fan favorite. Ooh. Okay. They, left one is like standard demon armor they got going on. Right one a bit more like Neptune a little bit. It's got like ice stuff going on. Looks a bit like Black Manta, not really. But the bottom one looks crazy. And it's the SSR one too, which is sick because you get bio damage straight away. And I think that's the better one as well. So I would definitely picking that one up. Looks a bit like Basing Safe, like Avatar for example, like an Earthbender. Looks kind of crazy considering he's meant to be like a Firebender if anything, right? But let's check what he does though. Alright, let's check the ultimate. Should be the exact same. No, you know, it's changed a little bit, I think. Yeah, they definitely changed it. Because before it was super quick, where like they've loaned this one out. Like, for example, I think this was, he's more spinning up. More of a charge up as well on this right here. And then normally when it zoomed, like this right here wasn't there. And then this, it doesn't zoom in normally. So it is single target. So yeah, these pretty much updated the actual like animation, which is a lot better. Because like I said, that's good sign though. Because Iron Shid also has like a very, very fast animation of him doing his little point walk, and it just instantly explodes, and you get like the whole like background like cracking a little bit. They're likely gonna. Oh, this is new. Do we get the artwork? No, they don't. It's not like idols. They need to fix that. But he's a red human, of course. Okay, passive. Works in all content in the front line. Increases human allies' basic stats by 5% for everyone participating in battle. Standard stuff going on here. At the start of the battle, so even if you start second, you are going to apply 2 of the Hellbrand effects towards the enemy for 3 turns. Hellbrand is damage taken increased by 20%, and then damage dealt minus 20%. So definitely some support for either start and second. You're going to lower the damage increase. However, there's a good chance it actually is a red debuff, you gotta assume, which does mean they can cleanse it. So if there's like a King of the Yan, they can proc their little cleanse straight away. Or if it's like Lancelot, he can cleanse it turn 1-2. Goddesses can also cleanse as well. Increase additional damage equal to 10% of the target remaining HP when the effect is removed. Oh, okay, so it still deals some damage. So if they do remove it straight away, it will just, and especially at the start of battle where they have max HP, so because it's remaining, right? So it will do like what, just 20%, because you can only stack, you get 2 of them. So that could be kind of decent. We'll have to wait and see what the other stuff goes along with it. So also applies the Hellbrand for 3 turns on enemies that take damage from the hero's AoE attack skill. Decreases allies' human damage taken by 5% for each one applied, up to 10 times, so individually for each character, which you're already getting 20% damage dealt. And it applies 6 times at the start of the game. So you already get a maximum of like what? Decreased damage dealt. So 50% damage dealt at the start of the game. Okay, that's not bad. When the hero uses a single target attack skill other than the ultimate to deal damage on an enemy with max stats, you have to have obviously 5 on or 3 on right now, which is fair. You just start off AoE single target. 1 buff is removed from the target. Yo, that's crazy actually, because yeah, you can just do and he's red too. Oh my god, yeah, he does 1 AoE at the start of the turn, probably deal a lot of damage, and then single target the hell might even one shot and then do another single target, or do a single target someone else. And then if you proc that res with hell, for example, insta remove it. You can also remove, it's only 1 buff though, to be fair, it is only 1 buff. So it's possible you could hit the Nanashi, it's possible you could do other stuff, but that is, we do like that a little bit. The hero's damage taken decreases by 1% for every remaining 1% HP, so a bit more tankier. Okay, so his other skills. Oh, okay. Is he just here? Literally, I said the same thing in my video. He feels like Tyr. Like, honestly, his animations and Tyr's animations, you could swap them around and it'll be the same character, right? They're both like 5'2". And he's got the AoE weak point, which is actually kind of crazy, because then that does mean these little debuffs right here are red, so you can cleanse them. Also, we have Pyroclash. Deals damage equal to 5% of attack onto one enemy. Pyroclash is 2 times crit chance and 50% crit damage dealt for each one. So, okay, that is, with 3 stacks on, that's going to do a lot of damage. And then also, the ultimate is actually pretty good. Okay, so it applies 3 Hellbrands onto all enemies, even though the skill itself is single target. And it also does Pyroclash, which is just a single target, but it's an ultimate. That's something they've been doing a lot recently. But yeah, I mean, it applies 3 Hellbrands, which is quite nice, because considering that you don't have to dupe it out, it's not going like, oh, 1 at 1/6, 2 at 4/6, 3 at 6/6. It's just straight up, get the character once and you're kind of chilling. Honestly, I think it cooked. He's got some use in the meta right now. It's on the human team, though. It's like, human teams, there's just so many options right now, right? I do think he'll work kind of well right now, but I think he might be in the same situation as, like, Annie, where she came out right on, where she's kind of the character made for the meta at the time. Like, I think Anne or An was, like, sort of relevant for, like, the first 2 weeks, but then afterwards we got a new festival or a new collab, and then she was not usable because the meta changed. Where I think Pelagarde might be the same here, where, like, yeah, he sounds good right now because a lot of buffs in the meta, a lot of greens too, especially obviously with the unknown team. But after we get a new festival in, I guess, like a month and a half now, new collab, is he going to be still around? We'll have to wait and see. Once again, he always has that possibility of getting more buffs in the future when we do get, like, the Chaos actual, or the Chaos Knights, or the Camelot actual characteristics to make him a bit better, to probably use him like a Chaos Alpha team in the future. That's something you can always go down the route off a little bit too. And then also, we have the banner. Okay, banner doesn't look that bad, actually. The first time Arn's returned, it's got to be a bit of a 4 Nights banner too. This, to be fair, Yomagan is new, but she's also on the free banner. You might have already gotten her, but still not a bad one to get, because you kind of still want to dupe her out. Nassian's also on the festival banner, but still good to be on this banner too. Light Percival, is he on the banner? I think he is, but still good to get. Sario is the newest one, came out this year. Has he returned yet? I don't think so. It might be the first week he's returned. And the others are a little bit stinker, but overall, for like a standard banner, there's at least half it is pretty good, right? All right, Pelagarde, honestly, like a 5 star out of 5 a little bit for like what I want for like a random mid-month rather than be a big festival. I'm not expecting to be the best character in the game, but he looks decent from what we've seen so far. And AoE weak point always goes crazy. And I said, yo, this AoE skill, because you've already seen the animations, it's going to be an absolute nuke, and he probably will be doing that. Okay, what else is in the patch notes? We are going to be getting the new tickets. Are we going to be getting a new Percival emote? Is that the one we've already seen? Is there a free Varghese in here too? I'm not seeing a free Varghese, boys. Okay, so no Varghese from the looks of it. I assume they still might give one out later on. I'm not too sure when it actually finishes, but you are getting more rewards. It looks like we're getting a relic too. Yeah, I do hope if we do get the Varghese, he is still a free character through some sort of event, rather than being like top 100 PP, because that does, it's not everyone's going to get it, right? Looks like we're also getting 1 free multi too. So yeah, in terms of an update, still a little bit lackluster. Not that we're expecting that much, because we already got most of the content for part 1. Doesn't look like there's any new outfits for the actual Underground Labyrinth, just the reruns. And that is pretty much it. So yeah, a little quick choose summon, probably not. I think most people right now should be summoning for Diane. The banner is just a crazy value. Definitely going towards that banner. Of course, if you're a Pelagarde fan and you like humans, then this is probably a character for you. This is definitely, and it's kind of always how it is. The 4 Nights characters are definitely for like the 4 Nights fans. I don't think all of them or even any of them are really going to be like top tier meta. They're definitely usable and you can use them in PvP. But like, I don't want to call them filler characters because they're not filler, but like, you know, Gawain, Tristan, Lancelot, Percival, when we get his festival one, they're always meant to be the big 4 Nights characters, the big, like, OP ones that, you know, expect them to be good, where Pelagarde looks pretty decent, might be around for a bit, but he'll be pretty in out of the meta until we get the next Fortnite's character. We get Ironside, and Ironside's the one who replaces him a little bit, because he will be the always one to replace, because he is a DPS character, and once we get a better human DPS, or not even like a better human DPS, we already have like, you know, Lancelot, he's already like insane, and if we get a new character that supports him better, then you're probably likely going to go towards that, right? Or we get like, you know, Eskin or Merlin, he's a human still, so he will end up replacing probably even Lancelot. I don't think you're going to be using this guy as a support character, and he's got some support capability as passive, but yeah, we'll see how he works tomorrow. So guys, thank you for watching. Let me know if you're subbing in, and yeah, peace.